Oh, here's Dr. Kiltz.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
We
morning,
are
everyone.
live.
Morning.
It's the 17th of October, 2020. Oh, I have another tab open. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
There we go. And as you see, Dr. Kiltz is here, just from Lisbon. Not on the camera right now. There we go.
Yeah, there he is. Wow, what a great view.
So put in the comments where you're watching from, please. And if you have any questions, we're going to be talking to Caroline, right?
Yes, Caroline.
Hashtag KMT for what, Alia?
Kiltz Health Organ Meats Blend.
Okay.
Ta-da! There you go.
And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Do you have any announcements, Alia, before we talk to Caroline?
Remind everybody that it's Friday, and Dr. Kiltz's podcast always releases on Friday. Today is an amazing story from Carrie and Maya Letcher. Did I say their name right? And their whole carnivore story. So watch that. It'll be released around 8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Dr. Kiltz.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day. It's 11 o'clock here.
I was about to say, you're in Europe.
I am in Europe. I'm European in my heritage anyway. And I'm still a little bit on Eastern time, USA, which is all good. I usually get up at 4 o'clock in the morning anyway. And, still have time to come and get live here with you guys. And although my computer's a little mess, I'm on Kiltz Mighty Tribe. It's always a pleasure to be here with Alia and Dr. Nelson, and here with Caroline and everyone around the globe. We're really sharing ideas of healing and health, and how keto carnivore, number one, really changes our lives. And we are lions. And from what I can tell, when you come to Europe and you see the amazing culture and all the art, looks like a bunch of lions to me.
Agree. I'm French.
Well, Tia just got back from 3 months in Nice. Really loved it. She's been learning French, and my grandparents are all from Italy, and one from Mackenzie Woods, my father's father, from Ireland, England, somewhere in there. We don't know all the details. So it's a great day in paradise. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about today? First of all,
we're going to be talking to Caroline about her story.
Awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we go back 7 years ago, Dr. Kiltz, when I was one of your patients? Mm-hmm. I flew from Florida to CNY, Syracuse in New York, to have an IVF. And you told me back then, so my son is born in 2016, so that was back in 2019.
Wow.
Sorry, my son was born in 2019, so I met you the year before, and that's when you told me that we were lions, that you were eating steaks every day. This day, I went back to my hotel, because remember, I was traveling for my IVF, as many patients do around the world. I believe.
Many people.
People come to you, and it's funny because on this day I asked for a steak. They gave me a potato. I put it on the side, and I went fully, I would not say carnivore back then, but I went fully keto. I was 40 years old. I was desperate to get pregnant, and I just cut the sugar and the carbs. My son is sleeping at the moment, but well, I was a successful IVF. I did have my son. After my son was born, well, I fell off the wagon. I hadn't heard, except for you, Dr. Kiltz, like nobody around me mentioned carnivore diet. So it kind of like, I just had a baby. I was tired. I've been breastfeeding him for 3 years and a half. Yeah, I fell off the wagon. When he was 2, I started having like back pain, neck pain. It was like a long postpartum depression. I was not well. It was a very complicated time after I had my baby. I have 3 grown-up adults, so I started all over again, just so you know. So I had 4 kids. I had a lot of things going on. 2 years ago, one of my friends on the Lyme disease community, Aaron, which I want to thank, he's going to watch us today, I'm sure, told me about the carnivore diet. And this time I joined some groups, your group, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Ken Berry. I purchased the book from Sally Norton about the oxalate. I had kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Norton's book was like, wow. That's what I needed to get me in, like fully in. I started carnivore diet a year and a half ago. I've had no pain, no more knee pain, no more neck pain, which I had arthritis. I'm 47 now, almost 48. I lost 20 pounds. I've never been fat. I'm French, I'm European. But with the IVF, I had gained some weight and I was eating more than, I was eating like an American diet, I guess. So when I started carnivore diet, it made a big difference. If I compare keto to carnivore, it's a huge difference. That's what I needed. And all the doctors that I had met told me that nothing could be done for the kidney stones. And if you ever had kidney stone, and Dr. Kiltz, I saw you raise your hand, or you just know about oxalate maybe.
He has had kidney stones.
You had.
Oh, yeah. And when I went carnivore, I was paleo, then keto, and then 15 years carnivore, and never had them back again, never felt better. And do I have a little bit of bursitis that's been there for a long time? Little bit. 99% is great. Problem is I do this type of stuff, which puts stress and strain on it. Plus, I'm 70 almost.
I hear that.
But I again, carnivore is the greatest, the very best. My bowel bleeding, my bladder bleeding went away. My anemia went away. Depression, anxiety went away. And, I had small amounts of all that forever. And the carnivore lifestyle saved me, and which is, to me, the number one dietary habit, which is carnivore. Once in a while, sometimes, from time to time, I'll have some French fries or a martini, rare. But here on my vacation, oh my God, they had this fancy dinner that I had with Tia, and she's not a carnivore. And I had some plants. Oh my God. I didn't die.
No.
But
I know what you mean.
But I, it's sort of like we live in this world, and I do feel a little bit like, oh, okay. All right. Well,
I'm a bit younger than you, and I started having pain a few years ago. So I'm more worried, and I don't want to fall off the wagon again. But I guess if I was 65, 70, done with my kids, maybe I will have a drink also sometimes.
Well, I don't see. Everyone talks about you're addicted. You're addicted. Right now, I call you an addict. You're gonna feel like you're an addict, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm an addict. I can never touch that. Well, I'm strong and powerful, and I could have anything, small amounts. Now, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nah, never. And so, do a small amount of an alcohol. Well, small amounts infrequently, but I would say those are toxic things. Don't use them in any frequency. But I do fly planes. I drive cars. I live with another human being. I always say those are kind of dangerous things.
Yeah.
Find your why anyway. But now that
particularly the last one.
Now you're a young 47, which you look about 27, by the way.
I appreciate it. And I came this morning, if you Zoom, I have no makeup. I'm not dyeing my hair. There's no filter. It's not There's no TikTok filter because I wanted to show my friends what it was
TikTok theater.
to be on a carnivore diet.
And truly, you could be carnivore anywhere in the world. That's the beauty of it. And fasting, is that something you incorporate in your lifestyle?
I just started fasting recently. I just started because the reason why I had IVF is that I had cervical cancer when I was very young, at 33 years old. I didn't know anything back then. But I've learned about fasting. I know that it restores your cells. So I started fasting recently. I've done 72 hours and I was not exhausted. I was actually feeling great. And the minute I ate, and that was just a bone broth, so not very heavy, I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to take a nap. I was exhausted. So I'm gonna try to do more fasting because it's great for healing.
The king of fasting is Dr. Nelson, 22 days. And I suspect he can do 40 easily. He's got the mindset, by the way. And I've done 15 days of no food, no calories. Never felt better in my life. And I personally think 3 days of fasting on a regular basis, quarterly, monthly, you figure it out.
Yes.
But as one of the best tools in the toolbox, going 3 to 5 days is like radical, amazing. What is the one thing you found to be the most powerful of all the carnivore hacks?
So it's not necessarily part of the carnivore diet, but when I started carnivore, I started electrolyte. I make my own Sole water. If you're watching us and you don't know what Sole water is, just Google it, go on YouTube, SOLE water. It's made with Celtic salt or I'm using Celtic because I'm French, but just Google that. I drink my Celtic, so Sole water every morning. And I think it really helps. It helps with brain fog. It raises my minerals. I feel great. We just talked about IVF and fertility. That was my journey 7 years ago. Now I'm close to 48. I'm more in perimenopause. And I don't have any symptoms. So that's something else that helps. I'm not taking supplements. I'm taking iodine once in a while. But I will say iodine and Sole water. If you have to add one thing to this diet, that will be minerals or electrolyte. Because together they make electrolyte. I have some potassium sometimes, magnesium. But again, I'm not taking pills or supplements on a daily basis. But
How many times a day do you eat?
I will say I'm a good eater.
Okay.
I eat too much. If I'm hungry, I will just eat a ribeye and some eggs. I have my own chickens now. I also realized that many carnivores tend to homestead more. Like they will just have cows if they live in the country, chickens. I live in a suburb, so I'm in Florida. I don't have a lot of land. But because I wanted more, quality eggs, I got some chickens. So I have my own eggs. So I'm always tempted to have some eggs, some quiche. So I'm not an OMAD person. I'm not one who will eat once a day. I eat and I do not count my calories. And that's another important fact. I think that people are always worried about calories, and that's what we've learned since we're kids. But if you don't eat processed food, sugar, and junk food, I don't think that calories matter. I don't think it is. I eat butter, tallow. I don't really count my calories. And I'm 5'6", 125 pounds. So, yeah, I do eat a lot.
Here I don't normally eat breakfast, but salmon, sour cream, a little sausage, and some Iberian ham and salami, and I threw a few capers.
Yeah, I know.
Ah!
That would be okay. I have some garlic sometimes, and we still have my morning coffee.
Well, the beauty, the truth, again, it less is best, but the channel, and this is the truth. We are in the keto carnivore space, and our biggest problem is we don't eat enough fat, and it's the fat that counts more than anything in our diet, because it provides truly the most mineral, vitamins, and building blocks of our body and energy, and it suppresses the microbes in the gut. So it's anti-inflammatory, where proteins and sugars, which are in the leaner meats, and that's why I really love the fat and butter. The butter here is so great. They have Maldon sea salt, which is so great. And, I think that's something that we're really missing. And even for many carnivores, I see they constantly eat lean meat. They don't add fat because they're afraid of fat. Are you afraid of fat?
Oh, not
Caroline?
at all. And I'm always arguing with one of my daughters. She's 21. My first daughter, my oldest one, is 25, and she's the first one who started carnivore diet way before everyone else. And I thought that was a crazy, insane idea. But she was spot on. She was right. But my other daughter, who's 21, she's counting her calories. She's worried about fat. And I'm trying to educate her. But, you have kids. You know how they are. They're not always listening. And I tell her, I said, look, I've had 5 babies. I'm 125 pounds. And I'm 47 and a half.
This age thing, everyone's so like, I'm 69 and 3/4 almost. I've never felt better in my life. I feel 16. I act like a 10-year-old. And ultimately, we want to have fun and joy in this space called life. And it's sort of like, this isn't like a all or none. There's a lot of movement in this space for sure. And I want to be part of including everyone in a healing modality that could be either strict lion diet, or it could be even, oh my God, you mean we're allowing vegan and vegetarians to be in the keto carnivore space and kill self? Yes. Now, if you're still sick, what's the best nutritional plan?
That's exactly what it is. I mean, as you said, I'm not really against plants, because I was diagnosed with Lyme. I know I have to treat parasites, because that's parasites. The spirochetes are parasites. So sometimes I will have a tea, wormwood. Sorry. I will have some plants. I use plants. I think it's fantastic for many things. I'd rather have plants than having meds. So I have nothing against the plants. I think some of them are very powerful. And again, it's better than antibiotics. I had an earache last month, and I used garlic that I put in my ear. So I'm trying all kind of stuff that are holistic. But yeah, if I feel like it's not, I'm trying to stay carnivore. But if I have a tea and I feel something in my kidneys, then I know what I have to do. I know that I have to stop the greens and the plants, and that I have to keep eating what I've been eating for the past year and a half: bacon, ribeyes, eggs, fish, because carnivore is not just meat.
Dr. Nelson, is a cigar good for us?
No.
No. Yeah, I just wonder, which is worse, like some vegetables sometimes or a cigar every day?
You know the answer.
And that's the beauty here. And we're all having fun. Listen, this is on all sides. It's entertainment in some ways too. Do you bring any other lifestyle practices or mindset practices, Caroline, to your daily life?
Well, it's more of a mindset. When we met, I was still a doula, so I've been very holistic. I don't have a 9-to-5 job, so I will say I have less stress than most people in their life. I travel a lot. I have a cabin in North Carolina. I will say it's my lifestyle. I also walk. I love grounding. I'm always barefoot. My son is always barefoot. We're very connected to the earth. I don't eat much vegetables and plants, but I grow them. I feed my chickens. So I'm trying to be very holistic and connected. If I had the choice, I will move to the countryside, but I still have 4 kids that need me.
To me, faith and spirituality and positivity is one of the best practices we can do every day. Meditation, prayer, listening, reading, connecting, and those are things I think we want to integrate in this space as much as anything else. I created a blog, Mind, Body, Smile, back 20 plus years ago, wrote a couple of books on that, on daily intentions, inspirations, the fertile secret. And truly, that's what our space is all about, is an inclusiveness, a shining light to bring people together and smooth out the story. But ultimately, as a standard doc, we have many different modalities to offer people. I think in the keto carnivore space, we want to do the same thing. I think we are capable of everything and anything. All of us are. And in that, being capable of eating some plants or no plants, right? Eating from time to time, adding more faith and fasting into that. All of us are powerful and capable. When we label ourselves as incapable or negative, doesn't it often lead to us being depressed and negative?
No, it's true. You're right. It's a big part of healing. Like my kids think that I'm having like a middle age crisis.
Yeah, you're in a cult, the Kiltz cult.
I am. Yeah, because I don't want my 6 years old to eat candies or have sugar. And as I said, he's always walking barefoot. We live in Florida, so it's doable. I'm trying to be more. Yeah, I'm trying to bring less stress in my life. And I'm not a Facebook influencer, but I admin many IVF groups on Facebook. Some of them are CNY related. I like the donor group, the Perfect Mosaic Embryo. Maybe you've heard about this group, My Perfect Mosaic Embryo. It's a group to support women to transfer their mosaic embryos, because my son was one, supposedly mosaic embryo. It turned out great. I'm doing that on my own time, as you are. I'm not being paid. I'm not making money from doing that. I'm helping people, and I love it. Every morning when I wake up, I check my Facebook. That's one of the first group I go to, because that's my largest group. I check my Perfect Mosaic group. I check for new requests. I approve the members. I'm trying to educate some moms, parents who are struggling to get pregnant. Not everybody wants to listen. There are some, there are a lot of people that say we need more research on the carnivore diet, and I don't know what to tell them.
They listen, but they don't hear yet. And the more and more and more, eventually they go like, oh my God, I'd never heard of this. Watching it all my life, I didn't know this was possible. A question for Mary Freed. Do you work out regularly? If so, what type of workout do you do? What's your physical motion in order to master that beautiful body you're in?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to disappoint. Did you say it was Mary?
Yes, Mary Freed, F-R-I-E-D. She's in KMT.
Hi, Mary. I'm gonna disappoint you, but no, I do not work out. My kids are telling me to work out. I don't. In winter time, I ski, but that's pretty much no. I'm not doing anything. I'm walking my dogs. I'm gardening. I'm taking care of my pets, but no workout. No, just regular activities.
Yeah, you motion, you move, you work, you do things. You don't watch and lay around all day. I mean, that's part of this. I always say no other animal exercises. They do what is normal to that animal. We went out for walks yesterday here in Lisbon. Wonderful, beautiful. We went to the Tile Museum, and it was so great. We're just, a monastery. It was so amazing, and the history of humanity is just amazing in so many ways. And I just looking at what's Scott Hoover's comment, Alia.
100% carnivore. Here, my Xanax addiction, depression, and constant thought of you know what. Oh wow! I lost 100 pounds. The pill addiction, the anxiety, panic attacks, gained a running addiction and confidence. Love that.
Well, that's the whole point of carnivore. Again, we don't have an addiction per se. We're in an addicted environment, and we're propagandized to use these things because, oh, I'm sorry you have this depression or must be genetic. But in fact, it's propaganda to claim you are an addict. But in fact, you're a lion. When you eat like a lion, you hang out with us lions, you realize the power that you can be in that environment and not touch any of it. Or if you, oh my God, I had a cookie, cake, or ice cream last week, and I don't consider myself an addict. I enjoy small amounts infrequently, and that's my choice as a carnivore lion and leader of my life. And I say that any and all of us, but again, you got to put yourself where you're at and determine the environment you want to live in and you're capable of it. But eating these things all the time is not good for us.
Yep.
Other questions, comments?
We got a couple other questions. Let's see here.
Yeah, good.
Chuck, I guess you asked this. Do you intentionally exercise? You just answered that one. And Mary.
No, but she intentionally gets up every day and goes to work every day.
Oh yeah, I push my lawnmower. I know.
Yes. Again, exercise. No, I live, I move, I enjoy, I connect.
Mm-hmm.
Right. How much iodine does our guest take daily?
Oh, I take 15% Lugol iodine, so a very strong one. I make my own, and I take a few drops here and there. Again, that's when I feel like it.
I take 4 drops, plus I take my omega-3s, my ubiquinol, CoQ10. I take my cod liver oil, and the Portuguese are known for cod.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ancient hunters of fish.
I know. I was about to say you're gonna eat a lot of fish there.
We had some amazing fish. I had salmon this morning, as I mentioned, and there was one other part to that, but amazing.
Those are all the questions.
I take a baby aspirin. Why?
I didn't
Dr.
say why.
Look,
you know.
look for bacalao.
Bacalao.
That's salted codfish.
Oh yeah. Well, if you read the book Cod by Kurlansky and book Salt by Kurlansky, they're 2 amazing books that talk about the history of salt and cod. Highly recommend it. He's got another book, Kurlansky got another book on paper. Another fascinating read. So, and I will be doing.
People are worried about taking salt.
What's that?
I'm saying people are always worried about taking salt. They're worried about consuming too much salt.
Nicholas D. His book is great, Salt, A Fix, which basically realize excess salt is excreted, excess sugar is converted in the liver to fat via insulin. And if you don't have insulin or you don't have a good functional liver, you become fertilizer sooner than you thought.
Of course.
We're blaming the wrong white stuff.
The wrong white stuff. And remember, actually, sugar used to be considered a salt, and people use it as a salt sugar and added small amounts to their food, not tablespoons and teaspoons and cups and all that stuff. So that's the interesting part about the history of salt, of sugar. It was just like salt or pepper and sugar, condiment, a spice, I should say. Yeah, very cool. Go ahead, Carnivore Crowd.
Carnivore Crowd. The question I get most: if not eating organs, do we need to supplement magnesium and potassium? If so, what quantities? Anything else to consider? And minerals and electrolytes also.
Well, that's where salt comes in because it has most of those electrolytes in them. Nature's mineral waters. Other than that, our Kiltz Health and a Molecular Fertility electrolyte mix, which is coming back again. The citrus flavor. Now I know for some of those hardcore carnivores may not like, oh, I can't do that. Fine, don't. But many others may enjoy it.
That's right. Dr. Kiltz, Christopher Obard would like to know why you're taking a baby aspirin daily.
Well, I don't know that answer completely, other than my cardiologist, is like wants to put me on a statin because of my family history of heart disease. Sister died at 52 of heart failure, diabetic since age 4. My father had cardiovascular disease, lived at 94 almost, had 5-vessel bypass. But I have that history, and I'm like, okay, I'll take 81 milligrams. Do I need it? I don't know that answer. Is a little bit insurance policy? Maybe. Is it harmful? Maybe. But I live in a world of opportunities and options. I take my baby aspirin, my extra cod liver oil, and extra salmon. And that's why I've kind of I didn't become I am an omnivore, like all of us, by the way, but I'm sticking to steak, eggs, butter, beef, and a little bit of salmon.
Nice.
Oh my God. That's that.
Oh
but
God,
why
salmon.
CAC scores up a little bit. I don't know that it matters personally. I have some vascular plaque in my cardiovascular, but I have plaque and calcium everywhere in my body. But, I'm not taking a statin until Dr. Nelson tells me I really should.
And he hasn't
And
said
I
that.
take T3. I forgot to say I am taking my D3K2, by the way.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay, good.
Could it replace my aspirin, Dr. Nelson?
Haven't seen any head-to-head studies, on the outcomes, but I take aspirin as well. I take vitamin DK2 as well.
And some of us take statins. Look at everyone has to choose their where and why. Remember, I'm 70-ish, and eventually I'm going to be the very best fertilizer or food for another organism. I want to make it bad. Yep.
All right, Chris Obard, have you found that the cold water springs are best for drinking and hot water springs are for bathing? Whoever wants to answer that question.
I love that, but go ahead, Catherine. Do you have your opinion on that one, Caroline?
About the water?
Hot water, cold water.
I love my hot water plunge, my cold water plunge, and mine is salted lake water. So I take the lake water from Skinny Atlas, and that's my cold plunge. Love it, and my hot tub too.
Yeah, we can have a whole video about water. I have reverse osmosis. As you know, it's dead water. You have to add minerals. We can talk about water for hours and hours. I don't drink tap water. There are too many answers regarding tap water, regarding water. Like the Amish people will just drink rainwater, which we will not. But I'm trying to avoid tap water for sure because of the chlorine fluoride. So that's an important thing during the healing journey.
I took.
Hot, cold.
I like the transition. I like to go from the hot into the cold.
I will have sometimes like, hot to water with my coffee or magnesium malate, to dissolve the magnesium. Either way, as long as the water is pure.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. When we say pure water, I don't even know. We didn't drink pure water for the majority of our existence, right? At all. We are very blessed in this world, and many parts of it don't have this, our access to water, and most of us are drinking bottled water anyway. Yeah. I have taken a statin, by the way.
Once?
I took it from the pharmacy. My doc just wrote a script. I said, fine. I have it. I've taken it, but I have not consumed it.
Chris Over is asking something. Water for follow-up. Ask about the temperature of mineral-rich springs. Oh yeah, go do that. Go to a hot water spring. Those are amazing. You feel amazing. Do that.
Well, don't drink the hot water spring, but
don't drink it, but go sit in it for a while. There's tons of.
Caroline, you want to comment? I mean, what about the water you drink? I mean, I personally, I'm an ice water fan, but I just say don't drink that. And but
me too. Ice water.
Why
love it.
wouldn't you drink it? Why wouldn't you drink ice water?
But I mean, I live in Florida.
I know. Is it bad for you or something? Apparently, Dr. Kiltz, ice water. Oh,
what's that?
Ice water's bad for you?
There's so many opinions out there. I don't even know the right answer anymore.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Hoover. I'm an ultra marathoner in Florida, running 50K Saturday, JFK 50 mile an hour. Listen. Wow. Move. Motion is motivating. Walking to me, I used to run 10 miles 3 times a week, but my knees were going. And I was like, I saved them now. I just go for nice walks. I'm a hill walker. I usually carry a backpack with weights, 25, 40 pounds. I interspersed that. I do 100 push-ups every day. I've carried it on even in Lisbon. Do not take statins. Use the D3. Yeah, I am. As I said, I am taking D3K2, and I carry my statins everywhere. I'm taking them everywhere. So my doctor says, "You take your statins?" I said, "Yeah, I'm taking them."
Yeah, you take
me.
Lisbon. I'm taking them to Mount Tremblant. Read what is it? Lipid Lunacy as the clot thickens. And what was that other book, Dr. Nelson?
Cholesterol Con.
Cholesterol Con. I have high cholesterol. Yeah. That's why my brain's probably going to
Can I show one book that I want everyone to read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lies.
Oh, Lies by Dr.
Ken Berry.
Ken Berry. Eyes opener, right? Mm-hmm. That's a great one about cholesterol, about everything that we've been lied to.
Yep.
Oh, what was that one that I took out that you had up there, Ollie? I think I removed it.
Deep Sea Otter says, you do great pottery, Dr. Kiltz. I've got a nice coffee mug from you.
Well, and I was inspired when I've got a ton of pots that I just got to they're sitting in my studio. It's time to relinquish them to the world. I figure one day they'll be in a Kiltz museum or in the mausoleum. Kiltz mausoleum.
Maybe other people appreciate them more in their house than in your mausoleum. Oh, let's see.
Nelly says she's still waiting for her extra large cup.
Oh, I've got some extra ones I just made last week. So when I get back, I still got to get them in the kiln and get them moving. That's why the beauty when I go, the art in the world through humanity, even the food art. And again, at the Cura here at the Four Seasons in Lisbon, they have a great, amazing 5-star Michelin restaurant. And I was like, okay, bring it on. And my God, they had one dish was purely vegetarian. I ate it.
Oh no.
Oh my God. But there were little bite. Everything was just a little like taste. And the tastes of the world are amazing. And then they had this great, amazing non-alcoholic wine tasting. And we enjoyed that. We had tastes of things. And with my gut being so healthy, I tolerated it all very well. And my liver and gut is able to convert it to fat fast because my insulin sensitivity is great, but I don't do it very, very rare. Oh, like my meat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they have they had this shoulder Iberian ham, like extra rare, amazing also. Highly, again, oh my God, I only eat meat the rest of my life. Okay. Don't ever get in a car, a boat, a plane, or ski down a hill. Those are kind of dangerous things, aren't they, Caroline?
Right.
Or get on a motorcycle.
Lion lifestyle.
Lion-like lifestyle, right? Jojo asked Dr. Nelson, my vitamin D level was 107. Should I continue taking it with my K2?
I answered her in the chat. I said,
okay.
you may continue doing that. That's a great number. You can decrease it a little bit if you want. Optimal numbers, anything between, I would say 60 to 90 would be the range I look for, but 107 is probably okay.
Should we say blanket, Dr. Nelson, would you as a doctor say you should never take a statin?
No.
We don't know that. There may be some places, and each person will decide based on their research for themselves.
I think the most important thing is to get in, do your research, get informed, ask questions. If a doctor asks you to take a statin, ask why, and at least
do the research,
and then go and do some research on it. You may find it's not worth your risk. I mean, for example, in your case, you're 69, 70. You never had a heart attack or stroke. Your chances of having any benefits from statins are very little. And for sure, based on the research, no more than 1% decreased risk.
And I think through mindset, meditation, prayer, and positivity, along with my fasting practices of one meal a day at night, and fatty meat, salt water, I'm going to feel better in my life.
And believe it or not, those things are addressing like 10 or 12 things or more that might be more influential in you having a heart attack than your cholesterol levels.
Is Tia more likely to give me a heart attack than...
Can she hear you right now?
No, she can't. My ex-wife, my daughter, the worker, people I work with are like...
Wife help. I keep retaining fluids.
I'm blessed.
Element.
She can't hear me, by the way.
She can?
She heard you.
That's going to cost me something today.
Yeah.
I say it with
why-
pure jest, by the way. Listen, none of it is easy, but it's all part of the best way to live in life. And hard will build you stronger than ever. And that's one of the things I've learned in our connections together. There are going to be some friction times, but I always say the friction smooths out the rock and makes the sharp stones and to be all manageable, because that's our nature for all of us.
Wife help has a question about, we just
Element.
lost her question. Element. Did you take Element? She says she's still swollen. And I realized Element has maltodextrose in it, unless they changed it, and that will keep you maltodextrose.
You know,
And I
breathe
noticed
air.
that-
Maltodextrin.
Wait a minute. What's in air? Did you
Many
guys breathe air
things.
today?
I
you know,
know
you-
she's trying to
You better
handle
buy
something.
bottled air, because air is highly toxic, isn't it?
It is in most places.
It
Not where
is.
I live. Not where I live.
Well, everywhere in the world has particles from somewhere in the world.
It's true.
It is like this idea that you can get away from it. It's just like we worry about the wrong things. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Element has a little bit of that stabilizes it. It's probably smaller than small compared to the toxicity of the winds of the world.
Probably. She's trying to understand why she's retaining fluid. I don't know if that's a possibility.
Well,
or
that's-
potential dairy is a possibility. And what can she
you-
do about it? But I can't find her question now.
You could be drinking too much water, which is not good for us. Your body makes water. It stores water in the glycocalyx. And so maybe, I'm a salt liquor and drink less and get a nice massage, some acupuncture and some solar treatments. I mean,
Could be other medical reasons for you retaining fluid. Maybe you should have it checked, but it's very often one of the first signs of inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. And it's not only about the water and the salt or the minerals. It's not the only thing that's going to cause.
what's the number one thing we're all going around with? This thing called the
Negativity?
mind. And most
yeah.
people live a worried life. Worry, worry, worry. I worry about this and that, what they put in, what they do that, rather than wondering the beauty of life every day. That's it. Even as a vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, pescatarian, carnivore, worry. Why? No reason.
Agreed.
I mean, that beautiful family you've raised and cared for, Caroline. I mean, it ultimately, it's a completely imperfect process, isn't it? But it's the most beautiful thing.
It is.
Lola, I was always a strict against strict carnivore police. Now, are plants okay now?
All right.
It went off.
I'm not advocating a plant-centric diet. What we're doing here,
Everybody thinks so, though.
Yeah.
well,
Oh my gosh.
that's good. You know what? You know what they're talking about? They're
Yeah.
talking about us, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's called clickbait. All right. Now, again, I believe that carnivore diet is the single best thing aside from faith and fasting, right? Positive thinking and more fasting is number one. Number two is going to be carnivore, fatty meat, salt water to me. But are we as humans, did we evolve eating only meat since the dawn of time and never a plant? Or were we hunters mostly and occasional gatherers?
We're
Seems to be
omnivore.
omnivore, right? And so,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are more and more YouTube channels now about having their kids carnivore. It's a trend. I think it's great. Personally, my 6-year-old doesn't want to be carnivore, but if we have wild berries growing on our backyard, in North Carolina, he can have them. I'm worried about the fruits that he will eat, because some of them have been genetically modified 50 times. And that's what I care about. I care about the glyphosate and the food that was not there 50 years ago. You know, why it's
100.
growing pink when it's supposed to be yellow? Why do they put wax on apples? But I will gladly let my child eat some fruits.
Well, ultimately, the carnivore dietary practice is the healthiest thing we can do, period.
Mhm.
I want everyone to get that, all right? But we are talking to the world, not just the 3% of papas out there, for sure. And so as a doc, I take care of everyone. And so I'm not dogmatic that, oh, you better be carnivore or else. Well, that's not true. Plenty of people get a healthier temple by going keto and fasting, positivity.
If
Okay.
you can stop seed oils, processed food, sugar, it's already huge.
It's huge. And but again, even the modern fruit and vegetables and seeds and nuts and all of those have been masterfully manipulated for 10,000 years by humanity.
Exactly.
We
Thank you.
manipulate them anyway, right?
Yeah. That's what I teach my youngest child. I'm like, you can have like organic seedless grapes. Grapes have seeds.
Right.
It's not supposed to be seedless.
Yeah. And
So I care about that, you know.
what about milk? What about milk products, Caroline? What's your thoughts on milk?
I do drink sometimes raw milk. They had some raw milk in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. You said you were not doing milk. I was doing a little bit of milk because I have kids. I make my own yogurt. I'm trying to make my yogurt with A2. I was gaining weight though on milk, so I stopped. But I will say milk versus vodka. I mean, go with the milk.
Yeah. Remember, what is milk? Where does it come from? Who's consuming it? What's it for? It's for babies.
Yeah.
And it's for species specific animals. Cow milk is not species specific for humans. We're capable of consuming it. Many people do have adverse reactions to it, but ultimately it's meant to get you fat. It's a transfer of energy.
Yeah.
Moms get fat to store the energy, to pass on that energy to their babies. Every time I see my daughter and Pilar and Julio, that boy is transferring energy infinite times a day, because we must make sure that they have enough calories stored. It's only one thing, adipose tissue, and every building block, mineral, and vitamin stored in the adipose tissue. And milk is for that. And so our modern use of milk has kind of been overboard.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. And when I make my own yogurt, I'm trying to make Greek yogurt, so it has less sugar. You know, it's less sugary. But I agree on the milk. I mean, I gained 8 pounds in 2 weeks.
See, I'm gonna state that sugar is not the cause of our disease, because when you eat meat, animals, there's sugar in that animal. Every animal, every cell contains sugar. The problem is that plant sugars and glycans are highly antigenic and they're fermentable. So the plants and proteins ferment in the gut. The microbes love it. Remember, all that yogurt and probiotics fuel the microbes, which makes heat, gas, alcohol, and aldehydes.
Yeah.
And so that may be our biggest problem. And then the plant substances and the mold damages the liver.
Mm-hmm.
And when you damage the liver, you cannot convert the sugars and amino acids to fat fast enough. And that's part of our biggest problem. Mm-hmm. And so when we say sugar, you're right. We never had access to cane sugar or beet sugar or even honey of any significance or frequency for the first 3.5 million years. And it is the number one drug that's been developed to addict us. And I'm going to use that. It's made to addict you, but you are only addicted because you listen to the propaganda And when you go carnivore, your brain opens up and the power to say no is built stronger than anything. And, I know in Dr. Nelson's 22-day fast, on my 15-day fast, I would go out to dinner with people, didn't eat a thing.
Same. I'm going out just to have a glass of water and lemon.
Yep.
And I enjoy it.
Oh, wait a minute. You put lemon in there?
Yeah, I drink lemon. So I guess I'm not a carnivore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
sorry.
No. And that's what we're here.
I do drink lemon. Daily.
If you want to be a carnivore, very strict, I support that 100%. I've been there most of my 15 years. But if you are new to the carnivore keto world and you want to heal, look at the keto ideas. Look at paleo. Look at fasting. And all those things are really powerful for all of us. Oh,
Sorry, my dog just joined us. She's carnivore too, so.
Aw.
well, let's just say we are carnivores. We are lions. We have the strength of a lion, and that's who and what we are. And this idea that we're not is wrong. Now, okay, as an animal that eats food, we are omnivores. At least for the last probably 10 to 20,000 years.
Dr. Kiltz, we have 4 minutes. We have a bunch of questions. Can we do a rapid fire? And maybe
carnivore crowd. I have natural spring near me. Heaps of locals collect gallons and gallons of it. It literally comes out of a hill. How safe is that to drink?
How many people don't come back?
That's a great question.
That's how you'll know.
Yeah. Okay. Lola, hello. I was away from the carnivore world for a while. I thought I would begin again, but most information changed. Don't recognize Dr. Kiltz as he speaks now.
All right. Everyone clarify. Carnivore is the healthiest thing you could do. I'll keep on saying it. I am a carnivore. But polarization's not good in this world. I'm a physician. I take care of everyone. I need to be helping people wherever they're at. And carnivore is keto. So I think if people really listen to New Me, have you looked at my plate lately?
No.
Is it somehow full of vegetables?
No.
How many pounds of broccoli did you have yesterday?
I ate it through the cow and the fish. 0.
I love this question. It's going to come up every day now. Chuck, do you drink coffee daily? Yes. Or Caroline, that was for you.
Caroline, yes.
I drink my coffee daily. I stopped a month ago. I was not feeling better. I didn't see any changes, so I went back on my daily coffee. 1 coffee.
And I have been off coffee for 2.5 years. I have a little bit here and there, and I enjoy it from time to time, but not all the time. I am not anti-vegan.
I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want. Same as you said.
Yeah. I do. I am not against anyone. Would I recommend a vegan diet for anyone to heal? Of course not. Of course not. Although there's a trick to vegan. It's add more fat. Oh, wait a minute. That's a vegetarian. Cream, cheese, butter, and eggs. That's the very best if you're going to do that. Everyone have a great, amazing day. Rick says more vegans. We do. I love vegans. I love vegans. I eat cows.
There you go. Terry Kirtley, congratulations. Please email me, alia@drkiltz.com, and you will get organ beef supplements. Yay. Thank you for playing. 2 more quick questions.
And it's better to eat the organs probably. But I take the organ meat supplements also, and my vitamin D and K3, K2, vitamin D3, K2. And there we go. What's the most important vitamin to take every day, infinite times a day? Gratitude. Benazati.
What about B12? B12 is an important one to B complex, B12.
B12
Well,
meat?
it's and when you
And
eat
red meat?
the meat,
Meat, I agree.
eat the meat, eat the meat,
I don't
and yeah,
support.
has Kiltz changed?
You just added fish to your diet.
No,
Yeah, I
we are
did.
carnivore. We are carnivore.
We're
Just like
carnivores,
lemon and
but I've
carnivore.
changed. I will change infinite times before I'm fertilizer, for sure.
Fried
And
eggs,
Booby
telecarnivore.
Booby says, Caroline B, thank you for playing. Great video, Anthony B12. Kiltz has not changed, Rick, my iguana brother.
I don't think
Sergeant
we're getting the
Mopar.
last questions.
Dr.
Sorry.
Kills, have you had iguana?
Well, Rick hasn't invited me. Not yet.
Not yet.
Lola, love
Tastes
you.
like chicken.
Love you, Lola.
I
I
got the
am.
thoughts.
Adios a todos. Adios a todos.
What can you tell Dr. Kirk to all my moms on my Facebook group that are trying to get pregnant?
Well, again, we're here to help. Faith means visualize the thing you want as if it is already, and that gratitude for that. I think fasting is one of the best things, one meal a day for all of us, and eat the fatty meat, rare to raw, and bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and salt, which is our baby's book. Do you have a copy of the baby's book there, Alia?
I did have a copy of the baby's book here, but I'm
All right,
getting another
probably-
copy.
that's good. But
Yeah,
hopefully I'll be here tomorrow morning, but I have to go to the airport tomorrow. So
Caroline?
It's Saturday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Saturday, so you're good. Caroline, where can people find you? Where can they join the groups?
So I have my perfect mosaic embryo. Even when you ask ChatGPT, you'll find me, but it's on Facebook, my perfect mosaic embryo, mini IVF group. But if you find me on my perfect mosaic embryo, you will find me.
And we have transferred multitude of mosaic and abnormal embryos and only had normal babies. At CNY, we're one of the few that do that. And
Oh, wow.
ultimately, none of us can judge an embryo at all.
I know. My son
He's
was
got-
one of the first one, and everybody was rooting for me. 6 years, 7 months old. He's fantastic.
God bless.
Aw.
He
Dr.
came
Nelson,
to Midstock. He
Yeah,
waited
where-
briefly at Midstock.
Rick wants us to remember that the Killsmatic Tribe doesn't have live stream on Saturdays, but Rick does at 8 a.m.
okay, we should all be with Rick. I'm traveling tomorrow, but next time, certainly, because again, the community, and we invite everyone in this community, even if you eat plants.
So will you be meeting next year again at the Midstock? Will you be there?
Yep.
Be there.
So I see you again.
We'll see you then. Bye. Love you,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Caroline.
Have a